Hi everybody and welcome back to the Bingham Cricket Club YouTube channel, and I'm very proud today to be hosting the first ever BPL, that's Bingham Premier League, auction. So joining me today I've got Tommy Lloyd of the Tithby Tridents, Louis Hartland of the Buttercross Heat, Josh Kingo Kingsley of the Long Acre Calanders, and Samuel Porter of Royal Challengers Banks. So stay tuned to watch this auction. Let's start this by meeting our four captains and the four teams. So first of all, we've got Tommy Lloyd of the Tithby Tridents. How are you, Tommy?
I'm good, thank you. Looking forward to it. Hopefully get the players I want. I've got a fairly strong group of 11 as the viewers will be able to see on screen now. I've got some good juniors. The Gordon Beesons will always contribute, and Arian, George Denham, Josh Flood, some solid junior players. And I've got Zoe as well, who is definitely one of the better female players. So I'm happy to have her in. Hopefully she'll do well. And then I've got my brother, who I don't have any choice but to have. So that's kind of a kick in the teeth, but he'll get some game time.
Where do you think you're going to have to invest in the auction?
I think batting is an issue. Looking at my current players, if I was to field that as an 11, me and Sam would be opening. So batsman is definitely what I'm going to be going for.
Good stuff. Now on to Louis Hartland. Louis, how are you doing?
I'm not too bad, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, not bad, thank you. Now, what do you make of your set of players so far? They should be on screen now.
I'm pretty happy with them, to be honest. I've got the best player in best junior in adult cricket. That's all I can ask for.
Where do you think you need to look at in the auction? Batters, bowlers, or a bit of both?
I think we're quite good. So just a bit of
Doesn't
everything.
need anyone. He's just going to field that 11.
Yeah. I've got a first team player already.
Nathan's not a first team player, with respect.
Good stuff. Kingo, how are you doing, mate?
Yeah, all right. Looking forward to the BPL.
Looking down your team here, you've got yourself and your brother. How do you think that combination could work out at the crease at some point next summer?
It's a poor start, isn't it?
It is indeed, yeah.
Yeah. Good thing is it gets better, Ruds. Looking down that list, the three Smiths. Joe has proven himself at Sunday cricket and Saturday cricket. The Walkers, Conrad, plenty of experience. Aaron, handy as well. Then some of the development players from last year: Sam Ward, Callum, James Shepherd, new to senior cricket. He will be. So yeah, positive. Looking forward to it.
Good stuff, mate. And finally, on to you, Samuel Porter. How are you doing, mate?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I'm excited to get this thing started.
I can tell already. Looking at your team list, you've got some big names on there already. Where do you think you're going to have to improve and get some new signings in?
Well, even though I do have the three Porters, that is not much batting at all. So definitely like Tommy Lloyd, I'm definitely looking to pick up some batsmen in the auction and strengthen in that area.
Good stuff. Right, so without further ado, we'll get on to the auction. So just to remind our team captains and to tell all of you at home what the rules are. Each team has been allocated 50 million bings, which they are going to use to spend on the players in the auction. So we've got 30 players who are currently up for grabs in the auction, and we're going to start off round one bidding, where each player will come up for 1 million bings. So if you want to get a player when they're first brought up, you'll have to pay 1 million bings or more, depending on who wants them. If you're going to increase bidding, so going to bid ahead of someone else's current bid, you'll have to increase that bid by at least 250,000 bings. So for example, the first player to come up is for 1 million bings. If you want to increase that, you have to go to 1.25 million, 1.5, and so on, all the way up. It will become very clear when we get into it. So I think, does everyone understand the rules?
Yeah.
30 players up for option, 50 million bings per team. Let's commence. So
Ready to go.
the first player I've got up is an old first team player, Bingham CC legend, we have got Ian Flood. So I'm going to start offering Ian Flood to you all at 1 million bings.
I'll go for $1 million.
I'll have him
Any
for 2.
increase? 2 million, Louis Hartland.
5.
5 million, Tommy Lloyd. Any
6.
increase on 5? 6, Josh Kingsley.
Yeah.
7.
I'll go 7. Oh,
Oh.
I'll go 7.5 then.
I'll go 8.
8 million, Tommy Lloyd.
Don't know how much he's going to play.
Yeah, that is a concern, but I'm hoping he'll.
8 million Bings. I'll say going once, going twice. Sold. First
Yay.
sale for 8 million,
First scalp.
Tommy Lloyd. Good stuff. Right, so second up, we have got a young left arm all-rounder, Sam Curran in the making. It's Tom Giles. So, £1 million for Tom Giles to begin with.
7 million.
7 million from Tommy Lloyd.
7.5.
7.5 going to Kingsley.
8 million.
Oh,
Any increase on 7.5?
8 million.
8 million, Sam Porter.
8.5.
8.5.
Ooh, Kingo.
8.75.
8.75 to Kingo.
10 million.
10 million.
7.
11.75.
11.75. Louis Hartland, any increase?
12.
12. Sam Porter.
Oh, you're really doing. Ugh.
12 million to Louis Hartland. Going once. Going twice. Gone to Louis Hartland for 12 million.
12 million.
Look at your
Jesus.
smug face there, Louis Hartland. You're buzzing.
Very happy.
12 million.
12 million
Blimey.
pounds. So at the moment, out of 2 players, Tom Giles is the most expensive.
Maybe I was
Number 3.
misjudging how much people are going to go for.
Well, number 3 in our auction is a first-team batsman who's come back from injury a bit this year. Still hit his stride in the shorter format, but he's got loads of potential. We've got Mr. Hayden Brooks. So I'm going to offer him for £1 million.
2 mil.
2 mil Kingo.
5.
5 million.
mil.
6 mil.
6 million Kingo. Any increase on 6 million?
6.5.
6.5 to Lloydie. Any increase on 6.5? Going once to
6.75.
Lloydie. 6.75 to Lloydie.
7.
7 to Kingo.
You're allowed to go for 6.5.
Going once to Kingsley for 7 million Bings.
7.25.
7.25. Any increase?
7.5.
7.5. 7.5 at the moment, so the highest
Come on,
bid.
look,
Going
that's
once.
easy.
Going twice.
7.75.
Just was about to speak. 7.75 to Kingo. To Lloydie. 7.75. 8 million to Kingo.
No, nothing from me.
No other bids. Going once for 8 million. Going twice. He is gone. 8 million Bings to Kingo and the Long Acre Quilanders.
That's frustrating. I wanted that one.
Right.
Done well with your team
4.
so far, Lloyd.
No.
Next up on the auction table, we have got a young speed demon who can bowl, according to his dad, as quick as lightning. Places Saturday cricket at Ellerslie CC. We've got George Axtell. So I'm going to offer him up at £1 million to start off with.
6 million.
6 million for Tommy Lloyd.
6.25.
6.25.
Stop with these little 0.25 increases.
7 mil.
You've been in contact
7
with
million
him.
for Sammy.
Sam's been in contact with him and Sam's bidding 7 mil. That tells me something.
7 million currently the highest bid. Any increase? Going once to 7 million. Going twice. Sold for £7 million to Sam Porter.
Bargain, Sammy.
Absolute bargain. Right, number 5 on the list, we have got a batsman who has scored bags of runs last year for the second team, and the year before that he scored a few runs for the first team as well. Originally from Blackpool, I present to you Mr. Loz Utley. So I'm going to offer him up for £1 million. Who's going to be first to bid?
1.5.
5.
Oh, 5. Jeez.
What did you say?
5. We've got.
Sam said 3 and I said 5, and 5 is higher than 3.
I'll go 5.5.
6.
6 million, Tommy Lloyd. Any increase?
6.25.
For God's sake.
6.25. Sam Lloyd. Any increase on that?
6.5.
6.5
The second team
million.
is rallying behind their second team players.
Going once for 6.5 million. Josh Kingsley going twice. Sold to Josh Kingsley for 6.5 million bings.
It's a good bar. Ball's bit of leg spin as well.
I'm struggling here. My game plan's gone out of the window straight away.
You got a player, Lloyd?
Gone after
Yeah, I got
Jyla.
Floody first up.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I had
Going
just some ones that I needed to get, and it went when I didn't get Hayden, and now my plan's out of the window.
Our next player up for auction is a first team wicket-keeping batting all-rounder. I give to you Mr. Morgan Smith. I'll start Morgan's bidding at £1 million.
2.5 mil.
2.5 mil to Kingo.
5 mil.
Oh,
He wants a wicket keeper. He
Yeah.
wants a wicket keeper.
Got Ollie one. I've
I
got
can.
Ollie one. I said I need batting.
5 mil to Sam Porter.
Ah.
Any increase on 5?
5.25.
5.25. What's that
He
Sam
wants
say?
this wicket keeper.
5.5.
5.5.
5.75.
5.7.
6.25.
6.25 is the highest at the moment. Any increase?
This is his wicket keeper as well.
6.5.
6.5. Any increase on 6.5?
7.
Sam Porter, 7 million.
12 million for Jyla looks good.
I don't think it does. You can have him for 7. I'm not
Going once for 7 million. Any increase? Going twice. Sold £7 million to Sam Porter.
Gosh,
You've
Sam
got-
will be asking the bank for some more money soon.
You got Morgan and Axtell. Are they going to play? That's my question.
Right.
How much was
next.
that again? Was it 8?
7.
7 you got him for, mate.
You can pay
Oh,
8 if you want. Oh, Axtell was 7
Axtell.
as well.
Axel was 7 as well.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a Tom Giles injury to hit you.
Right. Up next, we have got the other half to the George Axtell combination. It is his father, president of the club, Mr. Bahrain himself, David Axtell. So David Axtell, I'm going to offer him up for £1 million. A very handy short format player.
Yeah, 2 mil, please.
2 million.
With his dodgy hamstrings, Kingo.
Yeah.
And he'll be in Bahrain until mid-June.
2.2.
What's that, sorry, Lou?
2.25.
2.25.
2.5.
2.5, Tommy Lloyd.
Well, he's in Bahrain till mid-June, Luke.
Any
Yeah.
increase in
He is,
2.5?
but at 2.5, he's still a bargain.
Yeah. 2.75.
3.
2.75. 3 for
3.5.
3.5.
3.5.
Yeah.
3.5.
4.
4 million, Tommy Lloyd. Going once for 4 million.
4.25.
4.25. 4.5.
4.75.
Going once, 4.75. Going twice and sold 4.75 million to Louis Kingsley. Louis Hartland. Right, up next, number 8 in the auction list, we have got I haven't seen him in the last year, but he lives in Northamptonshire, captained the third team a few years ago. It is Bingham's travelling player, Dave Taylor. So I'll start Dave's bidding off at 1 million Bings. Any takers for 1 million?
I'll
I feel
tell
like we
you
can get
what.
him cheaper.
I'll tell you what. He bowls some handy off spin.
He
He really
does.
does. He would take wickets, but I just think I could get him cheaper in the next round.
He took a wicket on a Sunday last year, I
So
think.
just to remind you all of the rules, if he's not bidded for this round, he's going to go into the next round where I'll start his price off at a lower starting value.
I'll take him at 1. I'll take Dave Taylor at 1.
Any increase on 1?
No.
Going once, going twice, and he is sold for 1 million to Tommy Lloyd and the Tithby Tridents.
He lives in Northampton.
What?
Right then, up next, we have got a bit of a package deal for you all. So it's not just one player, it's not just 2, but it's 3, all in one. So we've got James Henderson, Ed Henderson, and Christian Johnson. So you have to sign them as a trio, so you need all 3 of them in your team. And instead of starting off at 1 million Bings, I'm going to start them off at 10 million. So if you want these 3 players in your team, you need to bid £10 million.
Come
Any
on, Kingo,
takers?
these are your players. Get your hand up.
10 million.
If you think about it, Hendo on his own is probably worth. Well, how much was Loz paid for? 6.5. I'd say he's probably worth 6. Then he says Ed is very good. I don't know about Kristen.
I'll have it at 10. I'll start at 10.
£10 million, Louis Holland.
Yeah.
10.5.
10.5.
Oh, look who's piped up.
Any increase from 10.5?
11.
11 million, Louis Holland. Sam
12.
Porter, any increase? 12 million.
I reckon they're worth a good 16, 17.
Good
At the
for you.
moment, 12
Right.
million.
You
Why didn't you
spend
bid for him then, Lloyd?
If I bid for him, I've only got 2 spots left.
So
13.
far.
13.
13 million. Josh Kingsley.
Ooh.
Going once at 13.
5.
13 and a half, Sam Porter.
Yeah.
Any more than 13 and a half?
Come on, Kingo.
Going once at 13 and a half.
14.
14, Josh Kingsley.
0.25.
Oh,
14 and a half.
0.75.
Going once at 14.75. Going twice.
15.
Oh!
£15 million Bings. Going once, Josh Kingsley. Going twice. Sold for 15 million.
I still reckon that's a bargain.
yeah. it's
5
a good
minute
bar.
player.
Yeah, it's a good bar.
Right then, the next lot up in the auction is for David Shaw. So I'm going to offer David Shaw at £1 million to you.
I'll have a mil.
Going once, going twice. Gone to Kingo, £1 million.
You've got 2 spots left.
Perfect. Right, so we're a third of the way through the auction, so let's move on to the second lot of 10. I am offering now a bit of an all-rounder. Was in and out of the thirds and seconds last year. Opened the batting and can bowl a few dibbly-dobblers as well. It is Matt Colborne. Matt Colborne for £1 million.
6 mil.
Oh, I knew he was going to do that.
6 million. Any increase on 6? 6 is the highest.
God, I shouldn't have gone in so high.
No,
Going
shouldn't.
once for 6 million. Going twice. Sold to Tommy Lloyd for £6 million.
Just out of interest, what would you have all paid for Matt?
I've got next to him, Tommy, 1 to 6 mil. And
Oh,
you
okay.
bidded 6.
Well, yeah, my maximum's 6 mil.
So
Yeah, I'll say 5 to 6 max.
the problem is he doesn't really have a back, and he's not really
He's
a
a good,
D20
he's a good lad
batsman.
to have in your team. I'm just getting a group of top lads.
He's a chirper in the field.
Mm.
Up next, then, lot number 12. We have got a second team all-rounder now. Bowls medium pace, swings it both ways. Will never turn up on time, but he'll always be a good laugh when he does turn up. It's Tristan Hill. So I'm offering Tristan Hill for £1 million.
You got to bear in mind he's going to turn up in the 12th over of the second innings.
Yeah, but as long as you're batting first.
I'll take him
fine.
for one.
1 million.
1.25.
1.25.
2.
2.25.
2.5.
2.5 to Tommy Lloyd. Going once, going twice. Sold. Tommy Lloyd.
That's an absolute bargain. I've got that. I'll pay 4 million for him.
Yeah, I had 4 mil next to him, but then I thought he's got kids. He works at night.
I reckon he'll
I
pay a
don't
few.
know.
Perfect. Right. Up next, another second team bowler. This time left arm round the wicket. Mitchell Stark-esque, just without the pace. I have Tom Blackburn. Blackburn, I'm offering to you for £1 million. Who's going to take him?
Is he worth £1 million?
I'll have him for a mil.
Louis Hartland, 1 million. Any higher than 1 million? It's Tom Blackburn. The guy's got his name on his own boots.
You get Tom Blackburn with a TB hat.
Any increase on 1 million?
2.
2 million.
So just jump straight to 2.
Yeah, why not? I'm not here to mess
2.5.
about.
What's that? Sorry, Luke. 2.5.
2.5, yeah.
2.5.
2.75.
3.
3 million. To
I'm not
Louis
going over
Hartland. Any increase on 3? Going once, going twice, gone for £3 million.
I had that's how much I'd pay for him.
I had up to 4, to be fair.
Perfect. Right. So the number 14, the 14th player up for offer is Stu Mills. So how much can I get? £1 million to start off for Stu Mills?
I'll have a mil.
Any increase on the mil?
3.
3 mil from Josh Kingsley.
Wasn't me.
That was me.
From Tommy Lloyd then.
3.5.
3.5 Louis Hartland.
4.
4 million.
His dad's been his ear.
4.5.
4.75.
5.
6.
5.
Ooh.
6 million Kingsley.
Now, I'll let you know, Rudman, I was the person that spoke to Stu to get his name down.
Is he worth more than £6 million to you?
We'll see.
6 million is the highest so far.
6.25.
6.25. Any increase on 6.25?
6.5.
6.5.
6.75.
Sam Porter, 6.75. Going once.
7.
Going. What's that, Lee?
7.
£7 million for Louis Hartland. Anyone for 7.5?
Yes.
Anyone?
Yeah.
Yeah, me.
Absolutely.
7.5 Kingsley at the moment. Anyone higher? Anyone at 8?
Come on, Sam. I know your dad wanted him.
£7.5 million going to Kingsley at the moment. Going once.
7.75, if you
There
can.
you go. See, I told you. It's not just been in his ear.
8.
Oh, Kingo, please.
Sam, have you got a
Nigel
point?
just said, get Stu at all costs.
£8 million.
He is a class cricketer, to be fair.
He's a top player.
Going once for £8 million to Josh Kingsley. Going twice. Sold. Josh Kingsley.
Yeah, goodbye, Kingo. Goodbye.
Stuart Mills is all yours for £8 million or Bings, whichever one you want to use.
So I think I'm right in saying Kingo's only got one spot left,
Yeah.
and
How much money have you got?
he's got 11.5 million if my maths is right.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
Yes.
if you
Kingo,
want
you've got 11.5 million left. Porter, you've got 36 million left. Louis, you've got 30.25. And Tommy Lloyd, you've got 32.5 million Bings left. And if you ever want to spend a lot of Bings on a player, this is the one to do it on. Bingham CC's answer to Alex Hales, the biggest hitter in the club. I'm offering you Cameron Good for £1 million.
biggest hitter in the club.
Of course. When did you ever sell the trade track?
£1 million for Cam Good.
10.
11.
10.
Come on, Sammy. I know
11
Nigel just told
million.
you to get him in.
Anyone for 12? At the moment, it's 11 million to Tommy Lloyd.
11.5.
11.5. Someone give me 12 for him.
We can't let Louis have a team where he's got him and Cam in it. We can't.
12.
There he
12
is.
million.
Nigel's been in his ear. Sam, I know who you're going to want to pick because I know
Anyone for 13?
12.5.
God, I need some batting. I'm looking at my picks. Oh,
I've got me and Nathan.
12.5 at the moment going to Louis Hartland. Any increase on 12.5? Going once at 12.5 million.
I can't afford it.
neither can I.
Going twice, £12.5 million. Cameron Good. Sold for 12.
wow.
You've got you, Cam, Gilo, Nathan, and Dax.
Yeah, we've lost.
You know what I'd written down for Cam? 15 to 20.
Absolute bargain.
And I
wasn't willing to go. I wasn't willing to go above 12.5.
Right, so we're at the halfway stage now. Tommy Lloyd, tell me how the auction's going for you.
I've got Tristan Hill and Matt Colborne were two of the ones I very much wanted, and that's two bowlers. Matt can bat a bit as well. I need batting.
Probably the marquee player for you at the moment is Ian Flood.
Yeah.
How much is your team going to have to revolve around him?
Well, if I can't get any more batsmen in, a lot. I've got 4 spots left. I've still got 32.5 mil. That's enough for a couple of decent batsmen. So I'm not worried. I've got a lot of bowling in my juniors and myself. I've got Tristan and Matt in, so I just need a couple of batsmen and my team looks pretty good.
Good stuff. Louis Hartland, how are the Buttercross heats looking? You've got some big names.
Yeah, I'm very pleased. Very, very pleased.
Who's the one to watch out for, do you think? Surely it's got to be Cam Good.
I've got Cam Good, I've got Tom Giles. What can I say? 2 best players so far out of the draft I've got.
And
Cam Good was the one. That was whoever got him, it has a massive advantage.
I've got my top 3 and I've got 2 of them already.
Kingo, how are you sitting, mate?
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Who knows what's going to happen? I've got on paper it looks decent. Time will only tell.
So at the moment, Stu Mills, Hayden Brooks, and Loz Utley are your big signings.
Yeah, big players. I've got a keeper in Hayden, not a very good one, but I've got a part-time keeper. Let's see where my last 11.5 million goes, shall we?
And Sam Porter, how's it going for you and Nige?
Definitely thought it would have been going better, but I think I wimped out of the Gilo one early. Definitely.
You got George Axtell though. He's a
definitely.
replacement.
Also, I really wanted Stu as well, but bit too expensive for me.
Do you want Stu or did Nigel want Stu?
I wanted Stu. This is all my. What do you mean,
Stu?
Nige? What do you mean, Nige? This is all
Kingo
me.
did.
That's fine. Instead of writing down Stu in Kingo's column, I wrote down Kingo.
Kingo's not going for that much.
So in the second half, we've still got some big names to go. I'm going to start off the second half of this auction with Amit Sawant. Who wants Amit?
He came. I don't know if you lads remember him. He didn't play that. He came to Nets at Carlton. Looked a handy bowler, to be fair.
Do you get a bit of million?
No,
£1
he's
million.
batsman, mate. I've made that abundantly clear.
1 million for Amit. Any takers for 1 million? If not, he's going to go to the second round of bidding. 1 million? No, so Amit is going to go unsold in round 1. So Amit, next round you're going to be put in the next round of the auction, and we'll try and sell you again then. So on to number 17 out of the 30 players we've got up for sale. This is a young player, came through the Bingham Juniors, now at uni, I think. It is Josh Beavis, right arm bowler. So I'll start Josh Beavis' bidding for £1 million.
Yeah.
Tommy Lloyd,
Surprise,
1 million.
surprise.
What? Look, some players perform for you. He always does.
Yeah.
Can I get 1.5 for Beavis?
Yeah.
Louis Harden,
1.5.
1.5.
I don't like him that much. No, I'll go for 2.
I'll go for 2.25.
Classic Sam Porter bid, 2.25.
Yeah.
Any increase on 2.25?
Yeah, I'll do 3.
3 million, Tommy Lloyd. You can bowl quite quick the last time I looked at him.
That was
3.5.
about 6 years
He
ago.
He can only bowl in 2 hour spells.
It's perfect. We're playing T20.
True.
Yeah, I'll go
3.
3.25.
3.25. Any
3.5.
3.5.
3.75.
4.
4.5.
You can have him.
Anyone wants to take Sam's bid? 4.5. Going once. Going twice for 4.5 million. Porter, you've got him for 4.5 million. So up next we have got first team player, probably the best fielder I've ever seen. He can bat and he can bowl if you can persuade him to.
As soon as you said bowl, I was like, nah.
We've got Gotham's very own Alex Collins. So Alex Collins is going to start off at £1 million.
10.
10 million to Tommy Lloyd. Any increase on 10? £10 million for Alex Collins.
10.5.
11.
11.5.
That's his budget.
Any increase? 11.5.
11,750.
Louis, mate, you need 4 players and you've got 17 million left.
Yep.
Any increase in 11,750? Going once. Going twice.
Hang on, wait there.
No, hold on. Slam the door.
No, I'm done.
For 11,750,000 bings. So 19th player you can sign. First team captain, opening batsman, wicketkeeper, all-round extraordinaire. It's Tim Snapes. £1 million for Tim Snapes. Who's going to be the first bid?
10.
10 million.
10?
Wait, it's Tim, isn't it? I'm listening, right?
Yeah.
Snapes,
Yeah. Tim Snapes, 10 million. Easy work.
Enjoy that.
Anyone higher than 10?
Am I missing something?
The guy can bat and he can wicket keep, Kingo.
And he
10
coaches the
million
girls on
pounds.
Friday night.
10 million. Going once to the Tithby Tridents. Going twice.
10.5.
10.5 Kingo, last minute.
What's the point? 11.
11.5.
12.
Fine.
Anyone else on 12? Going once to 12 million. Going twice. Sold to Tommy Lloyd for 12 million. Up next, number 20, we have got Bingham CC's all-time leading wicket taker, a legend of the club, Bingham CC's fish. It is George Farrell. So George Farrell for £1 million.
Yeah, I'll have him for £1 million.
Any increase on £1 million?
1.5.
2,
4.
6.
Oh, I don't think he'll play.
6 million for Sam at the moment.
That's my budget, so I can't. But I think
6.25.
6.25. Going once. That's 6.25.
6.5.
6.5.
7.
£7 million. Tithby Tridents.
7.5.
Any increase on 7.5?
8.
8 million. The guy
Every time I make a bid, I feel like Sam's looking at Nigel. He's like, "What do I do?"
Yes. I won't be surprised if he's in the room.
No, he's not. It's just my sister came in. I told her to leave.
£8 million at the moment going to Tommy Lloyd.
Oh, I missed that one. Oh, you. 8.25.
8.25. Tommy. Going once for 8.25. Going
8.5.
twice. Was that 8.5?
Yeah.
8.75.
9.
9.25.
Going once for 9.25. Going twice. Sold. Sam Porter.
I needed that.
9.2.
He was like the last destructive batsman available.
9.25 million. Sam Porter, you've got George Farrell. So up next, the first of our last 10 players. We have got a young kid. Well, he's not that young. Excellent fielder. He can catch anything. Biggest hands in the club, Alex Ismail. I'm going to start off bidding at £1 million for Alex Ismail.
I'll have him for £1 million.
Any increase?
Another bloke who generally plays very well for me.
1.5.
1 million. 1.5.
Did you say 4.5?
1.5.
2.
2.5.
£2 million. What's that, Lou?
2.5.
2.5.
3.
Any bidders on 3? Going once on 3.
3.25.
3.25.
3.5.
Going once, 3.5. Going twice. Sold, Tommy Lloyd, 3.5 million.
Really good buy.
Very good buy.
Very good buy.
Up next then, we have got Anish. Anish Thomas. Going to start bidding at £1 million for Anish.
Yeah, I'll pay $1 million.
1.75 million. Sold to Louis Hartman.
That is an incredible buy.
Louis, he's yours, 1.75 million. Number 23 on the lot, we've got Fred Dulwich. Fred Dulwich, who wants to start off with me £1 million?
4.
Fred.
Yeah, Fred. 4 million.
4 million, Tommy Lloyd. Can I get 5?
Yeah, 5.
I could see him thinking about it. 6.
7.
Tommy. 7.
7.
Any increase on 7?
Fair play.
Sam Porter with 7 million at the moment. Going once, £7 million. Going twice.
7.25.
Oh, Lloyd.
Picture.
7.5.
7.5 million. Going once.
It's a ball a long way, Fred.
Going twice, Sam Porter. Sold for 7.5 million. To Sam Porter. Right, up next we have got former first team captain, current second team vice captain, Carl Smith. So I'm going to start Carl at 1 million.
Yeah, go on then.
Any increase on 1? Carl Smith.
Yeah, go on. 1.5.
2.
2 million at the moment. Any increase on 2? Going once for 2 million. Carl Smith. Going twice. Lloydie, he's yours for 2 million.
Okay, that's the biggest bargain of the night.
Right, up next we have got number 25 in the order. You have myself. So who wants to start bidding for me at £1 million?
I'll go 6 million.
Oh, thank you, King.
There you go, Sam. Well done. Well, this is patience. This is fair play.
6 million
10.
to King.
10.
10 for Lloydie.
11.5.
15 million.
15 million, Tommy Lloyd.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
15 million. Going once. Going twice. I've sold myself for 15 million bings.
Most expensive player of the night is the host of the auction.
I am. It's me and the Hendersons. I'm worth.
Genuine all-rounder. But I've got a well-balanced team there. Might be a tad short on batting, but...
Right. Up next then. So Lloyd, Tommy Lloyd, I'm afraid that's you out, mate. You've spent your
It
budget.
is. I have.
Got your team. We'll come and see you at the end. So up next, number 26 in the auction, we've got Jake Pantling, opening batsman, left-handed, the Sir Alistair Cook of Bingham Cricket Club. Start off bidding at £1 million.
11.5.
There you go, Sam. Are you going to beat that or not?
11.5 million for Pantling. Going once, 11.5. Going twice. It's King A for 11.5. King A, you've got him. You can work out what you're going to do now, Sam. We're going to start off with Dave Morris. So Dave Morris opened the bowling with me in the first team this year. He can hit a long ball as well. Start off at £1 million.
Yep.
How much does Louis have?
4.25.
So £1 million at the moment to Louis Holland.
4.25.
Good idea.
4.25. Louis, I'm afraid, mate, you can't do anything on that.
Yeah.
So Sam Porter, you've got him for 4.25.
Goodbye.
Right, up next then, we have got former Bingham wicket taker. Hasn't been playing this year because of a broken knee, but he should be back in the coming year. It is Matt Spencer. Matt Spencer, I'll start him off at £1 million.
I'll tell you both because this might affect you. He's fully fit and he's very, very keen.
He can bat and he can bowl. £1 million.
I just keep thinking of that golden duck in the under-19s of the year.
Anyone
That's
for
in the batting,
if,
Matt. Yeah, go on then.
if not, Matt Spencer's going to go unsold.
I'll have him for him now.
Sam Porter.
4.25.
4.25.
In the end,
which
Sam's
Dave
done quite well.
Porter has in effect just bought Matt Spencer for 4.25 million. Right then, so up next, the third to last player, including Amit, we have got chairman of the club, QPR fan, Mr. No Hair, Paul Maylord Mason. £1 million for Paul.
T20 specialist.
£1 million for Paul Maillard.
You don't want him, so I'll have him. Yeah, I'll pay $1 million for him.
Yeah, you can have him.
1 million. It's going for 1 million.
Yeah.
Going once. Going twice. Paul has been sold to Louis Hartland for £1 million. Paul, how do you feel about going for such little money? And finally, we have our final lot in the auction for round 1. It is my little brother, Alex Rudman. So start off, £1 million for Alex.
6.25. That's all my 6.25 then.
Sam Porter gets Alex Rudman for 6.25. Wow. Which means we'll go on to round 2, Louis.
Yep.
I've only got Amit to offer you. How much do you want to pay him?
3.75 million.
You've only got 3.25, but I'll sell him.
Yeah, that'll do.
That.
Exactly.
Good stuff. So in which case then, that will conclude our auction. So to quickly run down all the players and who they've been sold to, we started off the night with Ian Flood, who went to Tommy Lloyd, Tom Giles, who went to Louis Hartland, Hayden Brooks, who went to Josh Kingsley, George Axtell, Sam Porter, Lozert Lee also went to Kingo, Sam Porter got Morgan Smith, Louis Hartland got the other Axtell, Dave, Tommy Lloyd got Dave Taylor, Kingo got the 3 Hendersons and David Shaw. Tommy Lloyd then picked up Matt Colborne and Tristan Hill. Louis Hartland, you got Tom Blackburn. Stu Mills is going to go to Kingo's team. Cam Good is going to go to Louis' team. Amit is also going to go to Louis' team. Josh Beavis is going to go to Sam Porter. Alex Collins is going off to Louis. Tim Snapes is with Tommy Lloyd. G-Faz is going to Sam Porter. Alex Ishmael is going to go to Tommy Lloyd. Anish Thomas to Louis. Fred Dulwich to Sam Porter. Carl Smith and myself to Tommy. Jake Pantling to Kingo. And then Sam, you're going to pick up Dave Morris, Matt Spencer and Alex Rudman. And finally, Paul Maillard Mason is going to go to Louis Hartland.
Yeah.
Well, very quickly, Tommy, how do you feel about your team? So hopefully on screen now will be the finalised squad.
Yeah, I'm relatively happy. I had an 8 that I had said I want these 8, and I managed to get 6 of them, and then two of the ones that I had as backup. So relatively happy. Sad I missed out on a batsman. I'd have liked Payden or Collins or Cam in there as well to show up the batting order. But I mean, I've managed to get in Tim, Colborne, Carl, and yourself. So I should be okay. And bowling looks very, very
Did you see Tom
strong.
bat on a Sunday last year?
I don't know. I've seen him score plenty of 50s. So that's all I'm concerned about.
I should have bet more on him. I was just nervous at the start.
Who? Rudds?
No.
Diallo.
Philo.
I knew people would be. That's why I went for it, because I thought people would be hesitant.
Louis Hartland, how are you feeling, mate, with your team?
I'm very happy. I had a list of a list of everyone in order of what I wanted, and I got my top 3. So that's all I can ask for.
Look at it. I honestly think you've got too much. I'm not sure you'll be able to manage it. You've got Gilo, Cam, Collins, you, Nathan, Dax. All of those people are going to want to bat top 4 in a T20.
Yep.
So you've got to upset some people.
Nah.
Sam Porter, mate, how are you looking? Your big spend of the night was 9.25 million for GFAS. How do you think your team shaped up?
I think we were kind of running out of batsmen towards the end. Even though G-Faz is a very capable batsman, that's why I had to go for him. But yeah, overall, definitely a little bit weaker on batting than maybe what I would have liked. But I mean, yeah, we'll just see how it goes. But I think I've got a decent team, very strong bowling wise. So hopefully we can skittle some teams out.
Yeah, I mean, even looking at that, you've got George Axtell, Morgan, George, Fred is a very good player.
Off the bat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've
I've
got plenty. The teams look fairly decently balanced to me.
Yeah.
Should be a decent comp.
Should be. So the final squad lists should be on screen right now, so everyone can have a look at who they've been sold to throughout the night. Apart from that, I think that is pretty much everything to do with the auction.
Have you got most expensive players, Ruds? Have you got that written down?
I don't, mate. I think
It's himself, isn't
some
it?
expensive purchases. Shiloh went for 12 million.
Mm-hmm.
Cam Good went for 12.5. Alex Collins for 11.75 million. Tim Snakes for 12. And myself for 15 somehow.
Big purchase.
He had 15 million to spend.
Genuine all-rounder. Genuine all-rounder. There's not a lot of them.
This could be a Pat Cummins. You never know.
I think to me there was not Collins. There was Cam, Gilo, and T. Rudds, who were the three sort of genuine all-rounders. As long as I got one of them, I've told myself I'd be fairly happy, and I have. So decent little auction.
Good man. So that's everything from me. Lordy, I'll pass over to you very quickly to give a bit more information about next summer and what's going to happen.
Yeah, so there'll be a video coming out hopefully in the next couple of weeks. But essentially, the games will hopefully start mid-April, and we'll have a T20 every week up until the start of the school holidays. Obviously all COVID assuming, but hopefully we'll be in a different world by then. And then we'll have a break for the school holidays, and then early September, late August, we'll have a finals day with the 4 teams all taking part. So it promises to be a decent summer. I hope that it is.
Good stuff. Well, I think that's pretty much everything from here. So unless anyone else has got anything to add, I personally am looking forward to it. Especially when I come up against my brother when we play Sam's team.
That'll be good. So that's everything from us. Big thanks to Tom for hosting the auction. Very good of you. Other than that, just don't forget to subscribe to all of our social media channels if you haven't already. They'll be in the description as usual, and we'll see you next time.